Hi there. Thanks for joining us for Together. I'm Karen Leigh. This show is dedicated to the wonderful things happening all around you. They're the stories that empower us, lift us up, and help us remember how lucky we are to be Coloradans. We also look at ways to solve problems that we all face, some of them a little difficult to talk about. But we highlight the good in all of it, and we hope that you'll leave us feeling inspired. When tragedy struck, one family thought that they had lost everything. A serious crash in the Colorado mountains claimed the life of their mother. Then their dog ended up missing. As Dylan Thomas shows us, a stranger made it his mission to bring Bentley home.
Joe Stratman did not know the Orr family.
I was just moved by the story.
Nor had he ever met Bentley, but that did not matter.
I just felt like maybe I could help.
Joe trekked up a Chaffee County trail on his own to track down the missing golden doodle.
I was able to spot him again in the rocks at the very top.
The emotional reunion between Bentley and his owner.
I'm just so happy that she now has her dog back.
That's next on Together.
Well, with social media, today's young women are constantly feeling the pressure to look a certain way. That's where a Denver salon comes in. Stylists are coming together to give girls the confidence boost they need. Kelly Worthman got the chance to see their work in action.
Stylists hear it all the time.
Can you do anything about my jawline, my cheeks, my nose?
Parents notice it too. Young girls are constantly trying to measure up to what they see online.
And everything on social media is so perfect and beautiful and wonderful. So it's really easy to go, oh, well, my life sucks because it doesn't look like that at all.
This salon wants to change that. What it is doing to help young women in Denver.
It's such a big help.
That's later on Together.
An Aurora soup kitchen at risk of closing won't be going anywhere. That's because someone came together to save it. As Sean Chitness explains, it means that kitchen will continue to serve for years to come.
The Friends of St. Andrews first opened its doors 32 years ago. Since then, it has continued its mission to help the poor.
They can have a friendly smile and they can return without question.
But back in July, the kitchen found out the building would be sold.
What we would like is someone to buy it for us so that we could stay here.
That wish came true. Who stepped in to save the soup kitchen? That's coming up on Together.
A local nonprofit is coming together to solve a common problem in Colorado, the lack of affordable housing. We've told you about the Laridan House on this show before. The organization serves people with developmental disabilities. It is now starting a huge effort to come up with new housing options. Jamie Leary and photojournalist Eric Bloomer show us how a small mission 70 years ago has turned into an unbelievable success.
It's just amazing what they can do. The new renovation, the new school, the new everything.
The new everything. In its 70 years, Laridan has seen some serious changes. The Calabrese family started Laridan out of their home for their sons, Larry and Don.
And they started with one building and one program, the school.
While CEO Doug McNeil knows the story well,
I love these people.
Dennis Carberry knows it better.
You've been roaming these halls since you were 9 years old?
Yes.
Dennis grew up here. He gained his independence here, and he got a job.
And I still work for Taco Bell and Little Caesars and just have a ball with it.
It was also here at Laridan he met Sharon.
Dennis, I heard you may have fallen in love here as well.
That's a true statement. It really is.
They have been dating for 20 years.
But she's fabulous.
Now 56, Dennis gives back to the school. He attends monthly meetings, contributing big ideas for things like self-advocacy.
It feels great.
What also feels great? Watching the changes. A newly renovated schoolhouse following flood damage, plus construction of affordable housing.
When I look at that building, I think, wow, they can do this in a matter of months, and we'll have apartments.
Dennis hopes big changes give future generations the chance he had.
It's given me a place to call home after all these wonderful years of my life.
Just beautiful. If you would like to help support Laridan with the wonderful work that it does, you're invited to its 70th anniversary celebration. They're having a carnival for the entire family. It is September 13th, and we have more information on our website for you at cbsdenver.com. Two strangers now have an incredible bond, all thanks to a dog. Earlier this month, Bentley the Golden Doodle survived a crash that killed the driver. He ended up jumping out of that wreckage and ran into the woods. Bentley's family in Kansas thought that he was lost forever. But as Dylan Thomas shows us, a Colorado man decided he was not going to let that happen. He was going to bring Bentley home.
Just about any day of the week, you may find Joe Stratman hiking the Colorado Rockies with his dogs. So when he heard Bentley the Golden Doodle was missing in the mountains after a fatal crash,
I was just moved by the story. I'm a dog lover.
Stratman responded to a call for help from a family in Kansas who already lost a loved one and was now missing their dog. He drove more than 3 hours to Chrysolite Mountain and had some second thoughts.
16 days? The dog's probably dead. You know, what am I doing here?
But he was already there.
So I went ahead and started walking up, and boy, I'm glad I did.
As he passed tree line,
I saw something white up there moving around, and I just said to myself, surely not. It can't be this easy. That can't be him. And
with a look through binoculars,
he was bouncing around hunting mice up in the rocks.
Stratman quickly called Sam Orr, Bentley's owner, who drove from Wichita for the reunion.
It's Mama. It's your mama.
Though timid at first,
Hi, baby. Look, it's your mama.
Bentley lethargically made his way to his owner.
Hi, big guy. Hi.
There was a lot of man tears shed. I think everybody was crying, and a lot of happy tears.
He's okay. He's literally laying in my lap, and he's fine.
Thanks to the actions of a stranger,
This is probably the greatest thing I've ever done in my life.
Bentley is now off the mountain and back home.
Oh, he's safe, and he's coming home, and I'm so grateful. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, after their heartache, to have some of that happiness and joy is just beautiful. Dylan Thomas is here to talk more about this incredible rescue. Dylan, how did Joe even find out about Bentley? How did he hear about this?
Well, in today's modern day and age, it's all around Craigslist and social media. He was going through social media on Craigslist, and he also saw that there was a posting asking for anyone who had some hiking experience to go and look. So he drove nearly 3.5 hours just to give some hiking a chance to see if he would run into the dog, and never did he expect he'd actually find the dog.
Yeah. After he found the dog, what did he do then?
Well, then it came down to trying to make sure that the dog would stay in that area until the owner could arrive, because the dog was kind of running away from him because he had 2 dogs of his own with him. Yeah. So he left some toys, he left some food up there for Bentley, and Bentley kind of hung out for a little while and then eventually was ready to be picked up by his owner.
Yeah, he'd been out there, what, 2 weeks?
Yeah, exactly. Like 16 to 18 days roughly.
That's a long time without food, good food and water, right? Let's talk a little bit about how Sam and Bentley are doing right now. Have you talked to them?
I did. I spoke to Sam on the phone, and she said that they're back in Wichita now, so they're trying to rest up. She said it's been a very emotional and stressful past few weeks, of course, with the family's loss, and then, of course, with Bentley being gone on top of that. But it was worth the drive to Colorado to meet the man who found her dog and to, of course, claim Bentley again.
And I'm sure all the Coloradans here, we love our dogs. I'm sure you got a lot of feedback after the story hit the air.
Exactly. Lots of people liking, sharing on Twitter, saying thank you so much to that man for driving out of his way to find this lady's dog.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thanks, Dylan. Appreciate it. Our state would not be the same without all of you who get out there and volunteer. You are a shining example of coming together for Colorado. We're going to look at how one group's work is changing the city of Denver for the better.
When we're done, there's that kind of, feeling of satisfaction of like, hey, we worked really hard and we got dirty, but we got something accomplished.
Coming together to spruce up neighborhoods in need. Last weekend, volunteers spent the day cleaning up this alley. It's off 9th and Santa Fe. It may not seem like much, but for people living in this neighborhood, this makes all the difference. The work is all thanks to the nonprofit Extreme Community Makeover. The group works to make our city look a little better. Dave Aguilera joins us now today. And Dave, this week we asked all of our viewers to tell us about the good news going on in their lives, and there's a lot of it out there.
And a lot happening, good news in their lives, and they've kind of combined it with Colorado all together here. Let's take a look. We'll start off with this one. Now, if you look real closely, she says, it's been 4 years since I moved to Colorado. I've finished my master's, got my first job in tech, and made some best friends. This is Kale Gann, and she says, looking forward to the next 4 years. Now, you're kind of like me. people you've talked to that kind of move here and they end up saying,
Are
I
you
want to
calling me
stay
a
here forever,
transplant,
right?
Dave? Yes, I'm a transplant.
Well, you're a transplant.
No, you get her.
But
It's so beautiful, and you love the people, you stay.
Yeah, and you come in, and the state just kind of draws you in, doesn't it? I was born and raised here, but that's part of the reason that I've stayed here so long.
Right, 'cause you love it so
next
much.
month is my 25th year here at Channel 4.
Is this something from your garden?
This is not my garden. I wish it was my garden. But if you look at that, that is from Amanda, and she says, we're thankful for our crops in Colorado. And Colorado has some great crops. The peaches are coming alive out west, and down in Pueblo, they've got the green chili already, and you can pick that up on
That's
some
right.
of the
Start
streets
freezing
here
it
in
and
town.
getting ready for your
Make some green chili. And now the cuteness factor goes off of the charts here with the little puppy in the swing there, and we don't have the name on there. Sherry. Okay, Sherry was taking the puppy to the park here.
Oh, super sweet.
It looks like he's having a great time there.
Yeah, we love our dogs. We want to see your photos, so send us an email at togetherforcolorado@cbs.com. You can also post it on social media using the hashtag #4Colorado, and we will be sure to share it on this show. Well, it is no joke. Our roads are packed with people, and they seem to get busier by the day, don't they? But some parents have a solution, how they're coming together to ease some of the congestion and get their kiddos to school on time.
It's easier than being with strangers on a bus who you don't know at all.
On this week's Together for Colorado calendar Friday, it's the Stanley Arts Festival at the Stanley Marketplace. Your purchases support arts education in Denver. Saturday, ride, run, or walk at the Tour de Cure in Parker. Your donations help find a cure for diabetes. And on Sunday, it's the Dollhouse Miniature Show and Sale. Enjoy the exhibits and workshops at the Doubletree in the Tech Center. You can find out more about these events by visiting the Together for Colorado section of CBSDenver.com. Well, getting kids to and from school is a real challenge, but parents are working together to help each other out. And in the process, they're getting some cars off the road. The School Pool program pairs up parents and students. It links up people who share the same route so they can carpool together to school. Wendy Folger and her daughter Laura use this program, and Laura says it allows her to sleep in a little.
I just don't want to be able to have to get up that early and then spend most of my morning on a bus because of the extra routes we have to take.
Parents in the program take turns picking up and dropping off the kids, so it is not a daily commitment. If you would like to set up a school pool in your neighborhood, you will find a link on how to do that at CBSDenver.com. A local hair salon is coming together for young Coloradans in need of a confidence boost. In today's digital age, it can be easy for people to get down on their looks, especially young women. Kelly Worthman and photojournalist Robert Sanchez show us how the Do the Bang Thing salon is helping to change that.
When a woman needs a little pick-me-up, many head to the hair salon.
When you come in and get your hair done, you feel instantly better about yourself.
Yet when clients sit in the chair, hairstylists often hear women list all the things they don't like about themselves.
Can you do anything about my jawline, my cheeks, my nose?
It's something Toby Adams has listened to since she started doing hair 17 years ago. One of her younger clients, 15-year-old Michaela, says she struggles with feeling like she's enough.
It's really hard, like for me, just to have that confidence.
It is very heartbreaking when you hear a adorable and very intelligent teenager say that she doesn't think she's good enough.
So Toby is taking action to help her community. She's donating a portion of every service to Girls Inc., a nonprofit that inspires girls to be confident, successful community leaders. Toby also launched this video for her confidence-boosting mission.
You should like the way that you are.
She says it's encouraging more clients to visit her salon and join the cause.
Building confidence of social media is so important.
With every cut, dry, and style, clients here aren't just getting a new look. They're building a community of confident women just like Michaela.
It's such a big help and like confidence boost.
Do confident.
Do you do the bang thing?
Oh, I love that. It's amazing what women can do when they support each other. Just take a look at this group making their way up a rock wall in Clear Creek County. They are not letting their disability slow them down. How support from each other keeps these women reaching for new heights. And you can find more information on all of the Together for Colorado stories featured in today's show by visiting our website, cbsdenver.com. An Aurora soup kitchen has been serving the homeless for more than 30 years, but lately, Friends of St. Andrew has needed some help of its own. The owner of the building passed away, which put the kitchen's future in limbo. That's when a generous donor stepped in to save it. As Sean Chitness shows us, the workers are happy that they can continue to serve.
This is a meal that some people wouldn't have otherwise.
More than 100 meals a day to those most in need. A daily service complements of a different group of volunteers coming throughout the week.
And there's some wonderful people that have been coming here for years.
But an agreement between a nonprofit and Regis University could have forced the Friends of St. Andrew to move. The building needed to be sold, and it's unclear where the ministry would have gone.
I think I always trusted, on some level, I always trusted that God would provide for us. I just didn't know exactly how.
Word got out of the need for help, and an anonymous businessman in Aurora swooped in, buying the building and making sure the staff, volunteers, and guests that come here each day could stay.
I'm very grateful to all the people that have helped us to reach this point.
The people that come here not only get a hot meal, but food to take home, help with job interviews, and access to their mail, as well as ID cards to get the services they need.
A lot of these people are homeless and low income and have mental disabilities.
The people here today couldn't imagine what they would do without friends like them. And now they won't have to.
Yeah, it's a blessing. It's a blessing to a lot of people.
Yeah, it sure is. A Colorado Eagle Scout we featured on Together is getting recognized by the governor. Michael Ankner raised $20,000 to beautify the Denver Indian Center. The money, he used it for landscaping, artwork, and a new fire pit. Michael's work earned him the American Legion Scholarship for the best Eagle Scout service project in the country. And then just last week, Governor Hickenlooper met with Michael to congratulate the teen himself. Great work, Michael. Colorado's Girl Scouts are giving back. This cadet troop from Arapahoe County volunteered for the Special Olympics Summer Classic in Colorado Springs. They brought 200 packages of Girl Scout cookies with them. They were all donated through the Scouts Hometown Heroes program. And I want you to show me how people are coming together where you live. Post it to social media using the hashtag #4Colorado, and I will be sure to share it right here on the air. I love hearing from all of you, especially when you share your feedback on the show. Joyce had this to say: there's so much bad going on in the world, but your show reminds me it can still be a beautiful world, at least in our little Colorado corner. So thank you, Joyce, for watching and for talking to us as viewers like you that keep our show going. I hope to see all of you back here next week with even more stories of how people are coming together for Colorado. Until then, I have one more inspiring moment I want to share with you. Take a look at these women cheering each other on at Camp Discovery. The sports and fitness retreat in Clear Creek County is for women who are full-time wheelchair users. Photojournalist John Mason shows us how they are lifting each other up in more ways than one.
All right, good job, Tammy. You're more than halfway there. Good job. Keep it up.
Oh, using a little tricep action. Show off. All right.
Good job. You're almost there.
Oh my God.
All right, good job, Tammy.